The following presentation may contain language unsuitable for children's TV enthusiasts, adult virgins, and estranged mothers. Unnamed Drag Productions accepts no responsibility for any resulting night terrors, third-degree burns, or demonic possessions that may transpire as a result of listening to this sewage sprinkler. May God have mercy on your soul. Enjoy!
Unnamed Drag Podcast.
Hello, welcome back to another exciting episode of the Unnamed Drag Podcast.
In the goopy Keith.
How are you this week, Marilyn?
Still in drag, apparently.
Still doing drag. I know.
Yeah.
Well, you know, New Year, slightly different us.
New Year, slightly more effort, at least in January, which is the same for everything.
Yeah, precisely. I shaved off a bit of my eyebrows. Fight me. Like, what more do you people want, blood?
How dare
But
you?
I'll tell you, we've got something very exciting for today, don't we?
My hat.
For fuck's sakes. Talk us through your look, Marilyn. Talk us through your look.
I am ooky spooky, kooky booky. No, I'm wearing a hat.
That was bordering very close when you saying you were kabuki. I was like,
No.
I don't see that for you, but I like it.
And nails that'll like help you to spell. You know when you used to see the magic pen?
Yeah.
And this is...
Oh, watch how Magic Pencil writes it.
Yeah.
All the way round and down and flick. That's a cue.
That's a sexual position. And then I'm wearing all black everything because I didn't want to shave my chest. And then this is a fox's jaw.
Oh,
Yeah.
that little fox's jaw on a stone. Well, I'm dressed in honour of the fact that we have a very special...
I mean, the government would consider me special.
We have a moderate to okay guest for you today. No, I'm
True
kidding.
friend of the cast.
I'm kidding. Today we're going to speak to the wonderful, the sensational, my sister from another mister, started drag at the same time. Would you fucking Adam and Eve it? CYBIL War's going to be on the show
CYBIL
shortly.
War, the 7-foot whore.
So you might have been watching SAS Who Dares Queens.
SAS.
SAS.
SAS Who Queers Whens.
Who Queefs when? SAS Who Queefs when?
Who quips when? Welcome to SAS Who Quips when?
So if you haven't been watching, SAS Who Crafts When,
Who Quips when?
Who Creeps When, the amazing drag artiste and host and comparess,
amazing is a broad term.
I mean, incomparable to what? A drawer full of cum. So me and CYBIL, I mean, we'll get into this when we call her in a moment.
Yeah.
And this is a janky setup, so if the quality's bad, I'm sorry.
It's like when they do like a radio interview, but it's like, are you doing this on your phone?
Yeah, we are actually.
Yeah.
Just like, are you pretending to be a hostess in your bedroom on an old tape deck?
We can put a picture of her behind us when she's talking.
Yeah,
Is that okay?
it's going to be a really bad one.
Oh, God. I'm like a shit.
I've got a picture of her when she's really hungover. I'm going to use that one.
Is she in drag?
No, of course not.
Oh.
So, we'll be in drag and looking beautiful, and then...
I mean, we'll be in drag.
Yeah, we'll be in drag. Fuck it, should we just call her?
Fuck it, yeah.
Let's just...
This is like when you get one of those mystery phones.
Yeah, exactly. Well, in fact, I'm gonna like tell her to call me to give it a sense of like...
Because you're running low on pay as you go.
I'm running out. I've run out of minutes.
Call me, let me know you're safe.
You absolute piece of shit. I mean, what's probably going to happen now is that she's probably like sucking dick or having a wank, and she's not even going to like
call me.
phone.
Just get a message back saying no. No. Well, that's a whole episode down the pan, isn't it? Isn't it, CYBIL?
I mean, I could try and call her. Let's see what happens.
Have you sent the message?
Yeah, I know, but I'm very impatient.
Clearly, like Jesus. It's been 2 whole seconds. Give her a minute. She's going in the next room. She's pulling her trousers up, swiping her arsehole.
No, she's like literally not even seen the message. That's the problem.
She's ghosting you.
She's like, oh my god, exactly. But I deserve that because I said we'll call you between 3 and 4, and it's now like 20 to 4.
Yeah, well, that's still between. Betwixt those times.
That's in the window, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh,
so like, friend of the podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
CYBIL WAR.
I mean, what I might just do is just cut all of this out so that it'll just be a little blooper of Unnamed Drag Podcast, and then it'll be like, oh my god, she was on the phone the whole time. Didn't know you had friends.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, sure.
We're not going to do that.
No, probably not.
That sounds like more editing effort than you're capable.
I know, I'm very lazy. Let's see if it like rings through here.
It does.
Ooh.
It's like a gremlin.
Hello.
Oh, gross! You answered.
Hi.
Hiya.
Hello.
I'm just going to turn you up because we've got the jankiest setup.
Turn me up.
At the moment, you're speaking through a Bluetooth speaker, so
Ooh.
Artistry.
so
elegance.
use your outdoor voice, you big man. How are you, darling? Are you well?
I'm alright, yeah. How are you?
We're okay.
I mean, I'm here.
We're sat here dressed
Is
as...
anyone really okay these
Well,
days?
exactly. That is a very good question.
Well, that's the question.
Ah.
Are you okay these days, or would you say that being on SAS Who Dares
SAS Who Queens Quen.
That was it. We couldn't remember what it was called. We think it's Who Queefs When. Do you have PTSD? First question.
I don't know about PTSD, but I certainly have an STI.
And a UTD. It's a new thing they made up just for me.
Because they want to yeet you away.
A urinary tract disorder, maybe.
Wow.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, not showering for many days and being in and out of the French, God, where was I? Scottish Sea was not the most pleasant.
I love the fact that you couldn't remember for a second where you were. Like, that's normally a sign that you're like with victims of traumatizing acts,
Yeah.
like their mind goes somewhere else and just lets their body get on with it.
So was it like being fingered
Yeah.
by your dad?
What was that, sorry?
Was it like being fingered by your dad?
Like, you shouldn't be able to compare this to something. That doesn't sound okay.
No, that like the
Is your dad more tender?
Enjoyable.
So, for real
This is
though.
like a car crash mixed with like the occasional hug
Oh,
with like which ends with like a punch in the gut.
Oh,
You're
that
like,
sounds nice.
Oh, this is gonna be okay. Oh no, wait, no, it's not.
For God's sake, Sybil, we talked about kinks on the last episode. Get with the program. Can't just tell us
Sorry,
your
sorry.
fantasies. No, but for real.
What's happening on this episode?
We're talking to you. Yeah.
Oh,
And in honor of you, I'm actually dressed like how you used to do drag about 3 years ago, so you're welcome. Before
just badly.
before your eyebrows turned into those like seagull wings that you rock at the moment, which I actually really enjoy. That's not a read.
Oh, thank you.
I-
When they were just solid lines across my forehead.
Yeah, those.
hey, I'm still doing that.
But now you
That
look.
wasn't a read either.
But now you look like a BMX, like a sexy BMX.
That everyone's had a ride on.
Did anyone?
I look like one of those, like how you used to draw seagulls when you were a kid in school, like and a couple of birds just down up.
Oh my god! But we have some burning questions for you today. Burning more than your urethra.
You
is-
can get cream for those these days.
Yeah.
Oh, you know I can't afford that. I wasted it all on cheap wigs from Wish.
Wow.
I know.
Do you want to go first?
No, you can go first. Go
Okay,
on.
so my question is, as someone who hasn't watched the show,
Because she won't pay a fucking TV license.
Start on a positive note.
yeah. So, as like someone who can't stand being outside or shouted at, how did you A, conceal your erection, and B, not punch them in the face?
Well, on the concealing erection thing, I think, as I mentioned, like there wasn't time to be sexually aroused in any way, shape, or form.
I will find time.
I always find time. I'm very determined.
Self-care is important.
When you're shitting in a bucket next to the people you're sleeping with.
Is that a thing?
Not with, but...
Did you have to do that?
But yeah, like when you're shitting in a bucket, like next to these people, and like you're constantly so tired, physically tired, and mentally like abused. There's just no time for anything sexy.
So you had to shit in a bucket?
Yeah, like the toilets. You see a bit in the episode. The toilets were literally just like a shed with
Yeah.
a plank of wood over fire,
like
four,
those like compostable at festival
oil
kind of ones where it's
wow.
just like a drop into a hole.
I want to go on it, but just so that I can be like Victoria Beckham in the obstacle course scene of Spice World. Just totter about going, no.
Oh, you mean like that's all the gays being drafted for World War Three? Yeah.
Oh my god,
so
well
many people
done.
were like, oh my god, are you doing it in drag? I was like, there would be no time to get in drag. I would like start the show in drag, and then it would just be a documentary of me slowly melting as the longer I lasted on the show.
I'd fucking watch it though.
But wouldn't there just be that one slight advantage that, you know, whenever you're in drag, you're fucking boiling hot? That might have
that
kept
is true.
you like half a degree warmer. The fact that you're in the fucking Hebrides, like where did they take you?
It was the Hebrides, the Isle of Rathy.
Oh god.
The Isle of Ratchet?
The Isle of Ratchet.
Girl, the Isle of
Isle of
Ratchet.
Ratchet.
Oh my god.
Wow.
So, how has it been, this like meteor rocket ride to 15 minutes of notoriety that you're experiencing at the
know.
moment?
My skyrocket takeoff to mediocrity has been
What's it like being harassed and followed by loads of elderly women from Dunstable?
they're loving me. It's been weird. We filmed in October.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
When the show is going to air, we have no control over how they've edited it together. Whether they're going to show. There was 25 of us. It's a 6-episode show, and there's 25 of us.
Wow.
There isn't time to show everyone's story.
And they gave you airtime?
It does feel like that though, because it's like the way that you said that they edited the first episode, that it wasn't just a 5k run and two of them got a bit wet and it had to do a run and then went, I want to go home. It was like, no, there was burpees and carrying and crawling and like...
Oh yeah, so I was the first one to jump out the speedboat in the first episode.
Yeah.
And they didn't tell you what to do. They were like, when we call your name, stand on the side of the boat. When you say go, jump in the water, you'll know what to do.
What?
Yeah, the thing to do is to swim to shore and not die.
Yeah. You just jumped into the water, fully clothed. It was, at this point, it was 7 o'clock in the morning.
Oh my god.
We were just like, what the fuck? And then you just hear Ant Middleton being like, get in here, you fucking cunt. And we were just like, okay then,
Did anyone
to
snap
shore.
back?
In one of the last episode that I watched, there was someone that did not snap back, but they ripped off their armband because they were just basically, I can't remember what her name was, but she was like, I've got a problem with authority at the best of times.
Same.
And this isn't going well, so I'm out. I can't be doing with people shouting at me, telling me that I'm a piece of shit. That was it, yeah. And I was like, kudos to you, because I'm exactly the same. If you shout at me and tell me what to do, I will kick off like a hissy bitch.
Yeah. I'd have been like, yeah, well, your shoes are gross.
They were so scary though, and it's so weird because there were so many times where we'd be getting in the Land Rovers to go to the next thing we had to do, and we were all sat there just we don't have to do this. At any point, why? And then you'd get to the place, you get to wherever it was on the island, and then before they started filming as we drove off into the thing, we'd have to stop and get all of our battery packs changed.
Oh god, because you're all mic'd up and shit, aren't you?
Yeah, so they'd call you out, and then every time they did it, we'd be like, what battery pack are they putting us? What battery pack? And they would be like, oh no, they're putting the water pack on.
That's so funny.
We're going in the sea.
Oh. They're just what battery pack? Why has this one got a target on it? What are they going to do to us?
Dry, they shoved them full of tampons. Off you go.
Here's your they were putting today's pack on you, and it's also got a flare gun and some crackers. Oh cool, I'm gonna get stranded. This sounds fun.
Well, speaking of horrible things to go through, I know that you were in a room with Piers Morgan recently.
Yes.
How was that?
It was such a weird confliction of emotions.
Yeah.
Do you now feel complicit in the complicit in the system? You're like Susanna now. You're an enabler.
Horrible.
Pardon?
like vile Piers Morgan is, and he'd been on such a rant all morning, and I was just a bit like, I'm fully ready for him to like come to me.
Tell me a new one, yeah.
Well, I was watching it, and like, I don't know if you clocked it or if it's just me being on guard because it's Piers Morgan. But I was watching it, and the amount of times he was like, "So what did your dad think? Tell us how horrified your dad might have been." Like, calm down, Piers. His dad's not you.
Yeah.
Exactly. There was a bit where he was just like, "No, for most," he said something like, "For most men, it would be like." Shocking enough that their son was gay, and
that was
the camera cuts to me, and there's this moment where I kind of just like my mouth just pierces, like pinches slightly. I'm like, oh, here we go. Like
you just sort of adjust the side of your wig and go, all right.
Yeah, it's like but then, like, honestly, like I was fully prepared for a fight, but he was really lovely. Like
he was disgustingly nice to you, actually, and it made me just. I was so proud of you, so proud of you, but also I was so almost frustrated because I just thought, see, you, Piers, you can be nice, and you don't have to always take the.
You have the power to end this.
You don't always have to be a fucking aggressor.
Yeah.
And you don't always have to be like controversial for the sake of being controversial. You can just chat to people.
I say that about your wigs, though.
You monster. So yeah, that was frustrating about the whole thing because. Yeah, he was nice as pie to you. He really was. But also, I think it's probably because like he was probably looking at you like, this fucking faggot could launch me.
Yeah.
like, he's been on SAS and he's 7 foot tall. If I say anything, she's gonna rip me into like a fucking. I don't know. There you go, like a Twix.
Well, I said to the producers afterwards, I was just like, if you ever need someone to come back and argue with him, you now have my number.
Yeah.
Good call.
I'd be happier to go and argue than I would to actually just hang out.
One of my favourite parts of
halfway through, I was tempted to drop a gender pronoun or a vegan sausage roll joke at him. See where we went from there.
Oh,
you should have concealed like a vegan steak bake on your person and just like taken it out of your bra and started nibbling on it during the interview. Just clocking eyes with him, just like, hey Piers, want some of this?
Would you mind if I nibbled on this vegan sausage roll?
Still identify as a penguin, you cunt? That's what I would have done.
So
she identifies as female.
Oh, for God's sake.
There was a part of it was towards the beginning when she's talking about how tall you are, and you stand up and the camera is just full focus on your dick.
Oh yeah, like...
Yep, fully.
Are you happy that you tucked properly that day, that you didn't have a moose knuckle?
I know. God knows how. I think it was too early.
Is it because it's not come back out since it got scared with all that Hebrides water?
Yeah. Literally, the amount of times we were all just like, we were just getting naked on the show, we were just like, God, I hope they don't show any of this. Honestly, my dick is bigger than this usually, I swear.
It doesn't normally look like a whelk, I promise. It's just scared.
If there's ever a time to lie, it's when you're on TV.
What did you say, Sybil? A whelk or what?
I said, a whelk, you're being generous.
Like a budgie's toe.
Exactly. Then flown away.
Bless it. Oh, dear.
Again, like, I apologise profusely, but I've not seen the show because I'm not that enthusiastic about PE. But, is there a prize?
Oh yeah, do you win anything?
There's no prize!
There's no... It's very similar to Drag Race, UK, you see. There's no prize.
Do you at least get a badge?
No, there's no badges. You're constantly being shouted at by aggressive men.
RuPaul.
Although that's no way to talk about Michelle Visage.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god.
I mean, you're not even.
No, they're like, it's just whether you complete the course or not.
Wow.
So you're not even gonna get like your own, what is it, that janky YouTube show that they brought the British cast with or something?
Oh yeah, no. I'm not getting flown to LA to record a iPod series or something.
You should release a protein bar that's just called like Drag Spaff.
Oh, Sybil's Bar.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Actually, are any of the other contestants like, how's their kind of post SAS experience going? Because like, you've got the niche angle, so you've been totted around all over the place. But like, is anything kind of happening for them, or how much do you keep in touch with them?
So yeah, we're all in a WhatsApp group.
Of course you are, because you've all got PTSD and you need the moral support. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we're like, we've all been talking to each other, and we're all like really close. So like a bunch of us met up a few weeks ago. So we've all been like really talking. Like everyone's kind of on their own kind of individual journey. Other people have had like news stories and have been on like BBC Cornwall or BBC like Nottingham or stuff, depending on where they live around the country.
Is anyone getting like? Is anyone getting a bad serve out of it? Has anyone like been like, this guy has anger issues and 6 kids? I mean, I don't know if that's not true, by the way. It's just ad-libbing. Has anyone had any bad experiences post SAS?
No, like so far the response that everyone has got has been completely positive, which is really, really lovely.
Yeah.
We all bonded so much on the show.
Nothing will bond you like a trauma.
Like contestants have previously on other series. So we've all ended up being really, really close.
I mean, it's like you said, you've been saying that this is your drag race, and I suppose they always say on that show that there's no other people that went through the exact same experience as you did. So of course it's gonna like bond you for life. You know, like if a girl drowned at summer camp and none of you stopped to save them, that dark secret will hold you together.
Yeah, it was like I filmed the podcast. I recorded the official podcast. And it's hosted by Andrew McLean.
That's what this is, yeah?
Yeah, that's exactly what this is. So it's with who? Andrew McLean? Who's that? I know that name.
Does he sell wet wipes?
He what?
She presents Loose Women.
Oh, I thought you said Andrew. Who am I thinking of?
No, Andrea McLean.
Oh, I think I'm thinking of a comedian. Oh, anyway, sorry. So she hosted it.
She did the celebrity version last year.
Oh, God.
And as soon as we saw each other, we were just like, oh, hello, like, you understand what we've been through.
Yeah.
Oh, I suppose, yeah, because otherwise it would just be really bizarre. It's like how Joe Lycett's hosting a sewing competition and you're like, I don't see you making any gowns, but cool.
Yeah, exactly. And it was just like, she's just like, I love being able to speak to fellow recruits because, like, you've been through this experience that, like, no one else really can understand because there is so much they cut out of the show. That,
of course.
That we did that, like, this week.
Like sucking dick.
Sucking well.
Like we abseiled out of a helicopter, and that's not being shown in the film in the show.
What?
What a waste of fuel!
Why? Like fuck your carbon footprint, right? Although I suppose you did only like 800 calories. Oh, that was what I wanted to ask you. What was in the 800 calories? Was it like 3 lots of gruel?
It's an important question.
Like what did that consist of?
Breakfast was usually like one like small ladle full of porridge made with water.
Oh.
And like a boiled egg.
An egg.
An egg.
That's such an insult. Here is your porridge and an egg. You can't even mix the two together. You've got to eat them separate. Oh wait, unless someone did. Did anyone Did anyone mix their egg into their porridge and then eat it?
You don't know what a boiled egg is, do you?
We all did. All of us did.
Really?
Oh God.
Like, we were just like, sweet calories, get in my face.
Wow.
That's so horrible. And then what? What was lunch?
Like lunch was usually like a soup with some bread.
Okay, that's not bad. Like I'd eat that.
And then dinner was usually like some potatoes, maybe some rice, like, and some form of protein.
Okay, so only one better than being at a refugee camp. Cool.
yeah. And like there was like no because obviously it's a show based on like military and like military stuff. Like there was very little to no accommodation made for vegetarians, vegans, or people with eating difficulties.
Yeah.
Oh God. So like
one day we were brought out and they had a deer. And we were taught how to like skin and butcher the deer.
Oh, that's so nasty.
And then they brought out a second one and were like, "Here you go, that's your dinner." And then they left.
Oh no! So, like, did you do that, or did you just like stand back and let someone else do the dirty work, or?
No, I went straight in. I was like, "Bitch, I'm hungry."
Oh my God!
Did you wear it after? Is that still good?
We were like, how do we tan this fur so we can use it as something to keep us warm?
Bring it to my house. I'll do it.
When you're like, how do I go full fucking like Tauntaun and just climb inside this thing to keep warm? Oh my god.
You joke, but...
but we were thinking of it.
We were thinking of it.
Wow.
Your brain goes to some weird places when you're going through that stuff.
Yeah, I bet.
Well, we've got some more questions for you as well, which I've been scrolling through my phone trying desperately to find, and I've now found them. So,
oh, wonderful.
When we decided that we were going to have you on as a guest, we wrote down some very specific questions.
Oh, are these good or bad?
Well, these are the ones that we wrote them together.
Okay. So bad.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Question number 1. Why didn't you wear a wig in your talking head, you fucking tramp?
Because gender is a construct and I like to play across the full spectrum.
Okay, lazy bitch, that's fine.
Okay.
Also, I've spent years growing my hair out. Fuck wearing a wig if I've got long hair.
You could at least put in a track in there, do you know what I mean? Like, zhuzh it up like Jane Fonda in Grace and Frankie.
Yeah,
or something.
show the judge's versatility or nothing.
Yeah, you sloppy bottom. Okay. Your next question. What the hell is up with your nips in that promo shot?
Girl, it was like -1 degrees and like blowing a fucking gale. We were on the side of a lock.
It looks like you've taken it, like your arms are out of shot and they're just holding a pint glass full of ice and you're dipping your balls in them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mate, that was basically it. Like, it might as well be called SAS Whose Nips the Hardest.
That needs a rebranding, I love it.
That can be your own spin-off.
I'm not surprised that you went extra lock because your nipples have locked eyes with me right now. Marilyn wanted to know, did you wear the bandana because you did your brows wrong? No, but
I did have to get into drag in the meeting room of a shopping centre.
Oh, baby.
Oh, God. I like
the brows were actually flawless under it.
Oh, okay. So you've ruined them with the bandana. Cool.
Yeah.
Your next question is: isn't CrossFit just grown-up PE for everyone who was bad at the rest of learning?
Yes.
Aww.
That is the appropriate answer.
These are things that I thought were funny writing them down, but now we're saying them to your voice. I just feel bad.
Oh, I feel wonderful. I've never felt more alive.
There's an amazing bit in the first episode where one of the girls is being interviewed and she's like, I compete at CrossFit at the elite level, and Anne Middleton just goes, boring!
Oh my god, that's like the Ant Middle. He actually, he did that in someone's when they put the bag over their head and took them in, and they were talking about something, and he just went like, bored.
That's our hosting style.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
They were having like an emotional moment about something, and he wasn't getting to the bottom of what the actual fucking problem was. It was just like waffle, so he just went...
Was it like when Laganja thinks you came for her but can't tell you exactly when
it was? She just remembers feeling that way.
Yeah.
We've got another question. What the fuck is this? Does your top lip ever get lonely?
Yeah, I kind of miss the mustache. I miss you looking like the dad from Inside Out.
That's it. There we go. Oh my god, that's
my top lip
it.
does get lonely, but being able to actually overdraw my lips now is a far bigger bonus.
Fair.
I'm very proud of you, like coming into your like masculine womanhood.
Who did I come into?
Well, Aunt Middleton, we hoped, but apparently it was too cold. No, like coming into your feminine masculinity and like just going full shave.
Full She-Ra.
I wasn't sure about it at first, but I'm like, I'm into it now. Yeah.
Yeah, well, like little known fact, I have a giant man face.
Oh my god, do you?
No, you.
No.
I mean, I certainly never noticed that you are the breeze block of drag.
That Easter Island head of a woman.
I spent my entire life thinking I was a reverse lollipop.
Nightmare.
Oh god, like when being a reverse lollipop hits.
Exactly, just tiny little head and massive body, but giant man face, and actually being able to draw lips that take up most of my chin. Like, really helps to balance out the rest of my features these days.
Well, when I've tried to like compensate for the whole beard and lip thing, I've ended up drawing over my soul patch and painting a top lip onto my mustache. And from a distance, it's great, and then you get up close and you're like, "Have you been eating pie? Like, what's wrong with you?"
I want to know who told you that it was great from a distance.
Me.
Okay.
I just validate myself. It's the only way I can get out of bed in the morning.
Okay.
Next question. What are you going to do when you're old and realise you wasted time picking things up that were heavy and then putting them back down? Like, you came to the wrong fucking interview, baby. You thought this was going to be okay.
She's gonna hang up.
The thing is, I'll never realise. So, like, I'll be old and I'll have dementia, so I'll just pick something up and be like, "Why did I pick this up?" And I'll put it down again and be like, "Oh, I needed that."
It's just part of your routine now.
Put it back down again.
To be honest, like, Mama,
Off the loop, right?
Mama, you're like a snatched Hercules at this point.
Yeah.
So it's only coming from it's only coming from a place of jealousy and pork scratchings. Don't worry.
That's the vegan pork scratching.
Yeah. Obviously, it's just a bit of dried aubergine and sadness.
It's brown paper with salt.
Exactly.
Okay, and final question. This one's from Marilyn.
Oh no.
When they asked what your inspiration for coming on the show was, how hard was it to not say because I'm a cum-hungry pig whore who likes to show up my sweaty slut bod? Honest answers only, please.
I'll be completely honest. That is what I said in the first take.
And then they were like, "Can you give us from a more kind of like human interest angle?" And you just got your dick out.
No.
Here's my human interest angle.
Interest.
Oh my goodness. I mean, it's overinflated and makes people suffer financially, so what else could you want? Yeah.
Well, exactly.
Genuine question. Have you had a lot of like, because obviously you're a homosexual on TV, so have you had a lot of like hall pics sent to you?
Are people sliding
Nothing.
into your DMs?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Ew.
Send me more whole pics.
So
Okay.
you've had no prize money, no hall pics, like filming.
I know.
But-
although, like, so there's been like, I will say this, and I know this is not to get serious for a moment.
Oh no, please do. Go on.
But I have the thing that's made it the whole thing worthwhile is that I've had a number of like parents of queer kids reach out to me for advice and
Saying you were
like,
exactly what they were worried their child would turn into.
Stop it! This was a moment.
Sorry, continue.
That's amazing.
and like queer kids reach out to me and just be like, "My dad watches the show and seeing you on it like has made him reconsider my existence."
Yeah, like tonight he's gonna like not pick the slipper up and beat the sissy out of me. That kind of like genuinely. Do you know what I mean? Like
instead of beating me now, he's just gonna fuck me.
Wow.
But no, yeah, it's been really lovely. Like, people have just been genuinely really like accepting and really like. I was nervous when I was like, I don't know how. It's a very macho TV show, and I don't know how people are going to respond to it.
Sure.
And like now there's a drag queen on their show.
Their show.
Well, it's kind of their space, isn't it? Like,
I guess so.
Yeah.
Is it? Hang on. Is it also the first time that women have been in the series, or have I read that wrong?
Second time.
Oh, it's the
is
second
series
time.
5, and series 4 was the first series that women could be on it.
wow.
See, that's pretty incredible because it's like we've had like Women for 2 series, and now it's like flamboyant cross-dressers who are here to fuck shit up.
Next thing you know, men will be burying tree stumps.
Stop it, honestly. No,
I'm just
think.
looking forward to seeing Mary Berry on the celebrity version.
Oh, wonderful.
Oh, she's just like running around trying to just bake a pie.
Just trying to...
Whilst they're getting her to... What was it called? Is it called The Killer?
The Sickener.
The Sickener.
She's just trying to do pull-ups with a one gammy hand.
Oh my god, stop it. So the Sickener is this thing that they had to do on the second episode.
Show up and look sickening.
Well, it started off by you being in the water, the freezing cold water for 15 minutes up to your necks. Is that right?
Yep.
And then,
that was it.
And then you have to run up a steep hill, carrying someone on your back.
Oh.
And then you have to crawl on your front for a bit as well, didn't you?
Yeah, and what that didn't show on the show was that lasted for over 3 hours.
Oh my god.
Okay, they edited that into a Type 5. Like,
Yeah.
the monsters.
We didn't know that it would only end when 3 people had quit.
Wow.
Oh my god.
As someone who's been
So-
carrying Nana for a long time, I know that can be really tough.
You bitch, that's my joke. That's why I say it's why my thighs are so jacked, is from carrying your dead weight. 3 hours though, and they made you do it twice, didn't they?
What?
They made us do it 4 or 5 times.
What? Because in the edit, they were like, oh, that first one was shit, so you're going to do it again. So it made it... this is the thing. Like, it was so much worse than their edit.
Yeah.
Like, I mean...
Yeah.
The way that it's being edited, don't get me wrong, it still looks terrible. Like, insufferable.
Yeah, on a scale of 1 to 10, it's fuck that.
Yeah, like when I watch you on the show, like I know that you came home safe because I'm talking to you right now. But
From beyond the grave.
But I still feel like at any minute I'm going to watch you die. Like, and that's not a testament to like your strength or your
That's why he
resilience.
masturbates the whole time.
Yeah, when,
Tonight's the night!
when Anne called you a cunt, that's when I blew my load. No, but
It's almost when I blew my load.
Who's a dirty pig, baby?
There's a great with that sickener as well. There was a great bit where like after we were like came out of the water the first time, and like they made us run around for a bit, and then they were like, right, pick up the person next to you. But there was an odd number of us, and I ended up without having someone to carry. So Ant just turned around and picked up the biggest rock he could find on the beach and was like, here you go.
What?
Oh god.
And I carried it to the top, and then once you got to the top, you were like, you put the person down that you were carrying and run back down. So I put the rock down and ran back down with everyone else. And Ant just went, where's your rock? I was like, shit. I had to run back up and get it and then carry it down. Just had to carry the rock up and down.
Was it like Wilson from
went-
Castaway?
Did you become friends with it?
Yeah, I did. I was just like, come on, let's go.
I'm going to put some googly eyes on you and call you Kirby. But you really missed a trick, because surely when you were like walking out of the water, that was your one opportunity to sing the song from The Little Mermaid. Like, oh.
Yeah, I'm sure that's where his mind was.
Yeah, I'm sure that you weren't distracted by trying not to die.
The best bit was when we were all coming back after it and we were all in the band. Someone was just like, I have a confession to make. I peed while we were in the water. And literally all of us were like, we all did. So literally when the camera pans along all of our faces, pretty much most of us are having a piss right now.
Yeah, all of you are just
wow.
looking guilty as hell, but also slightly warmer. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the thing. We were like, oh, it's warm.
Yeah, I mean, I fucking would. I'm peeing.
Yeah.
I'm peeing right now. Just
Yeah, I'm
talking.
sat in pee.
I've been peeing since this conversation started.
Rightfully dehydrated.
Oh my goodness. Well, Sybil, it's been an absolute honour to talk to you.
True friend of the podcast.
Lovely speaking to you.
My darling sister and the first guest we've ever had.
Oh, God, yeah.
Would you believe?
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for taking our guest virginity, which is like sleeping in the guest bedroom but with blood.
Yeah, and we're in our guest room. We're in my guest bedroom right now, and there is blood.
Yeah.
So yeah, have a wonderful rest of your day, darling. And
Thank you, and I'm very looking forward to seeing you both quite shortly.
oh,
Yes.
very soon.
Yeah.
Come and darken our doors, darling. That'll be delicious.
Which is another way of saying bash my back door
Things
in.
up and put them down.
Oh my god! Like, what can you deadlift? Can you deadlift, Marilyn?
I'm already dead inside, so.
Oh my god, should I deadlift Marilyn?
Yes.
For the next DFS?
That'd
Okay,
be
I'm down.
excellent. Okay. Well, we'll see you very soon, baby.
She's
Enjoy
not
the rest
she's
of
not
your.
like a sofa, so.
Fucking rude!
And on that note, we're hanging up. We love you, baby. We'll talk to you
Love
very
you.
soon. Bye.
Oh,
Wasn't that delightful?
what an absolute little babe. I'm glad that
Oh.
she didn't die.
No, I'm kidding. But that was her gorgeous moment on SAS, and you can tune in to watch. I'm not sure how many episodes are left by the time this goes out.
There's been 2, so
some. Tune in on Sundays at 9 o'clock to watch Civil War get shouted at if you haven't been doing so already.
I mean, it's just great porn at the end of the day.
Whoa, bang it up, baby. Oh, want some fuck? So thank you for coming to Unnamed Drag podcast, and we will be back next week with some more fuckery. So, what should happen with the podcast this week after you've liked and commented and subscribed, eh?
I want you to tune in to SAS Who Dares Wins, Who Queers Quins, and then put it on mute and play this at the same time and see if the voices sync up. Because they might, you never know.
Serendipity. See you next week. Bye.
Bye.
That was a low energy goodbye from you.
Bye.
Later.
Unnamed Drag Podcast.